Hello, this is Warp again. I'm gonna be doing another one of these videos. Sorry, I was really loud. So yeah, oh, sorry, not BBP. We're gonna be reviewing Arcana. This is a set of all legendaries, so some of the effects are quite powerful. So, you don't see these cards too often because their nature being legendaries, but their effects are quite strong. So, yes, it won't be as long either. So, thank goodness. I know, I just as much as you don't want it to be too long, I don't want it to be too long either. So let's get to it. Death. If you, again, my opinions on lives way too powerful. Yeah, it's essentially if you get one shot, then you just come back again, and it just takes so long to get back. The lobby's already dead. So even though you lose a lot more health and a lot more damage than Phoenix, it's still too powerful. Justice. This is a really powerful card, especially if you're already building tank. Thorns is just not a fun mechanic in general, but you just don't see this enough for people to complain about. It's not an immediate win. You can always block right when you shoot someone to block the Thorns damage, like similar Thorns effects. So Justice, kind of an annoying card, but you don't see it too often. Thorns is just not a good mechanic, but it's fine. Temperance, this is actually quite a weak card. Maybe we just don't see too much of the effects since it's only stat ups instead of bullet effects or anything else you see. Temperance is just a fine card. It's just a fine card. It's quite maybe on the weaker side. Chariot is really strong. It's a block card. It releases the wave when you block, and I think it also pushes bullets away. And it also hits through walls. So for small maps or with not many platforms, Chariot's pretty broken. Chariot, fine card. Very powerful card. The Devil, this is like Explosive Bullet, but it left like a static field on the ground. It's very strong. I think there's already a couple complaints to get it banned, because Devil, I mean the damage scaling in terms of the AoE is very strong. the AoE grows very fast. It does a lot of damage. It's really annoying. You just hide behind walls. Very strong card. Very strong card. The Empress. Sorry. Call forth damaging and slowing thorns where you pass. So, thorns just kind of pop out on the map geometry as you walk by. So you kind of just walk on someone and they die. But it does nothing more than that. So the Empress by itself is actually not that powerful. Compared to other very good early game options or cards with their own effects, as you'll see with the other cards in this list. But Empress, good card, very good card. If you're building tank or if you're building block or anything that runs up to people, the Empress is very powerful. The Fool, you can't read that. It's very small. Sorry. It says, increase the odds of getting rare and powerful abilities in the future, though at the cost of not knowing exactly what these abilities are. And you get to pick one more card right after this. So your hand, usually you'll see your cards, right? But if you know when you pick this card, all it'll show is a rarity. So like commons, rares, legendaries, you usually get a couple legendaries after picking this card. So it's pretty good. But you really don't know what you're building for. But if you get enough legendaries, it's apparently quite good. So the Fool, very good card, very funny. Because you're just, at the mercy of what the game gives you, but it's good enough, so it's good. The Hangman, apparently playing the game at half speed isn't very fun, for anyone. So, yeah, not needing to hit anyone, not needing to be near anyone. Everyone's just slow. It just makes the game a slog. It's just not a very fun card. The Hermit, otherwise, this is a very fun card. You have to stand still to get your stats, and you can't be doing anything else to get your stats. Meaning you have to be on the ground, and you have to be doing nothing. Unlike Abyssal Countdown, where if you're not pressing anything, but you're still like falling, and you're still charging, the Hermit is not like that. You really have to be standing still and doing nothing. And the stats you gain are very minimal, but they build up, and they're very funny. The Hermit is a very welcome very welcome card because the design's very unique and is Not too powerful, too annoying to go against, but it's very funny whenever it starts picking up. We got the Hierophant. Yes, it is basically a glorified stun. You hit someone and they can't move for a very long time, so it's effectively a kill. But you have to hit someone for it. So the Hierophant, pretty good card, but you have to hit someone for it. So in that sense, it's quite balanced. The Lovers. It gives you an aura, and bullets that come in have a 50% chance to disappear. Surprisingly enough, 50% chance is not reliable enough to keep you alive. So it's just kind of a good addition on top of what you're already doing. So it doesn't really make or break your build. It's just kind of a good card. Again, very welcome to see. The Magician. Yeah, people really mod makers really like to make designs where if you block, you shoot homing things, because there's at least 1 or 2 more cards we have to ban that do these things, and it's not fun. On top of the problems that homing already has, stacking blocks is much easier than stacking damage or fire rate or magazine, or because all you had to do is just get more blocks, and with like ways of proccing blocks quicker, not having to wait for your cooldown, like there are cards that do that. Magician is just way too powerful. And Moon has a similar problem, except it's just an aura, or it's just a circle around you. Anything near you dies. Even though the visual looks like a big beam coming from the sky, it's really just around you. Good card. Yeah, it's a good card. Yeah, if someone blocks when they're next to you, you're dead. And I think that's good enough for a legendary. The Moon is a very powerful card. The Sun, I genuinely forgot what this card did, but apparently it was good enough to get banned. I haven't seen this card in a very long time, or if not at all. So pretty good card apparently. Sorry, I don't have an opinion on this card. The Tower, chain lightning on the bullets. Way too hard to avoid getting hit by this thing. The Tower is very powerful. Yeah, it's just unavoidable damage, and it's very not fun to play against. And Wheel of Fortune. This was a very funny concept at the beginning, because every time you lost, you basically got another card, but that second card wasn't as powerful. Until people just kept on picking block cooldown. And then you got so much block cooldown that you're blocking infinitely. And you just had to find an out to it, like unblockable damage, to beat this card. And unfortunately that got this card banned, because as soon as he got this card, and if there was enough rounds left in the game, it was just an instant win, because all you had to do was pick block cooldown. So Wheel of Fortune, unfortunately, banned, because playing it optimally is just way too good. So yes, that is the Arcana pack. Very fun legendaries. Adds a lot of variance to when a legendary comes up. Keeps it very exciting. So I like these cards, even though some of them are not very fun to play against. It keeps things very exciting because they're all legendaries. It's, keeps things fresh and zesty. So yeah, that's the Arcana pack. Thanks for listening. Thankfully this one was a little shorter. So we'll see you next time for BPP, where there's a lot of cards in this pack. So this next one will be quite long. But yes, see you in the next pack.